Hello, everybody. Just give me a second here. Just got to work out how to change Rachel's name. There we go here. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's session. I will be hosting. We'll just wait for 2 or 3 minutes just to give people a chance to jump on board. Just going to upgrade a couple of participants as well, so just bear with me for a second. But feel free in the Q&A to put in there where you are, and looking forward to this week's strategy session. Hey Mike, welcome to this week's strategy session. We'll just give people a couple of minutes and we'll get started. Hello, hello. Just gonna have a bit of a look in the Q&A. We've got Tito and Scott, Jeremy, Marilyn, Tess, Anna Marie, Mary, Martin, Greg. Welcome everybody. Good to see lots of people from lots of different places in the world. I see Canada, Tennessee, Austin, a few from Australia, Georgia, lots of great, lots of places all over the world, and we'll talk a little bit about that shortly. I think Lyndon's in the backstage, who'll have to enter shortly. He's going to be doing a bit of an update from his perspective as well. But you'll notice that Rachel's not here. Rachel's actually away this week, is contactable by our normal method and means, but I'll be taking up the role as host. We've got Lyndon there. Um, but today, what we're going to be doing is our weekly snapshot. And as we are now getting closer to kicking off I notice Jorge hasn't arrived yet, but if he doesn't, that's okay. I'll sort of fill you in on what we've discussed. But Jorge is in meetings nearly all day, every day at the moment to make sure our back office is all coming along nicely. The new integration of our commission model, pricing structure, and everything, and working around the clock to integrate it all with our marketplace, with SharkBite and the tech tank building the back office. So there's a lot of complicated things involved in that, and Jorge's working around the clock at the moment to make sure that we we can get live as quick as possible because, as you know, quick recap, over the last few weeks, we've made a few announcements around a pricing remodeling, and we talked about the $1 license, the ability for us to be able to get the masses on the platform. This is a really core strategy. For those that joined us right in the early days, we had the $800 license and the subscription model of $40 a month. We wanted to make it more internationally friendly to align with our integration with Shopify, to align with the 175 markets that we can now do business in, because the truth is there's 6 million stores across those 175 markets. So one of the little hacks I'll kick off with is, if you are in a country or you would like to do business in a country, just spend a good 20 minutes on ChatGPT and type in how many live Shopify stores in X market. If you'd like to build a great business in Mexico, because that's an area of interest with your contacts, go and develop a little mini fact sheet, how many live stores there are. So when you're out talking to people, you can actually say, hey, we're launching our business internationally. We're kickstarting with a $1 license. And I've always wanted to do business in Mexico. I just did a quick research of how many live Shopify stores there are there, and I found out there's 2,487. So there's a lot of business opportunity here. There are already local stores doing business. They can do a 90-day trial on the platform for $1 as well. Are you interested in finding out more about our global launch in April 2026? Now, just to a quick reminder, over the last 2 weeks, 2 times a week, this sort of time, Thursday, Friday, US time, I'm doing a snapshot session, which goes for about 20-25 minutes, with a bit of a showcase of the Shoply opportunities. So if you've got prospects that want to find out a high level overview, it's something that is worth inviting your prospects now, because we're closing in on a couple of weeks away. Mid-April is sort of a target time. We're just waiting for confirmation with Jorge and the back office group to confirm that, so we can lock in more firmer times. But in the coming weeks, we're actually going to spend some time next week around our international model, which Lyndon will probably expand on shortly. But also, the week after, we hopefully will be able to confirm some really more detail and more accuracy on the commission comp plan that we're going to roll out as well for our expansion as well. So we're getting very close to be able to make those sort of announcements, but you're going to be quite excited about some of the ideas we have from an international model perspective. And also just expansion of some more Shoply owned products as well. So that's sort of in our runway over the next 12 months. The most important thing for us to be doing is kickstarting our international launch, the $1, for you to be able to go and lay your foundations. The way I sort of look at it is Shoply as an ecosystem becomes an online global supermarket. Now, you can set up supermarkets for $1. Every person that buys a Shoply license through your recommendation is effectively setting up another version of a supermarket. So would you like to be the mogul, the big person that owns a huge network of people that have their own online supermarkets? That's the big vision, the big picture, and the way that I'm positioning Shoply to the people that I want to invite along to the presentation. So we've got Lyndon on tonight. I'm going to hand over to him to share some more depth and insights, but also we've got an OG, somebody that I've worked with since day one on Shoply, launching version 1, the beta tech version, then version 2. We were two of the key leaders that were on every webinar at the start. But Mike is somebody that's been in the industry for 30 plus years, and we've kept in really close dialogue about and getting a lot of his input for some of the ideas that we want to roll out with the international model. So we're going to have him on to share a bit more perspective as well, especially from a field leader's point of view. But I might hand it over to Lyndon to share some insights. Jorge may be tied up in those meetings with Tech Tank. He said it'll be touch and go, but Lyndon, feel free to pick up the baton and then hand it back to me. I'll share a few more things about the upcoming snapshots this week, and then we'll hand it over to Mike before we wrap up our strategy session.
Brilliant, Craig. Really appreciate that. It's exciting to be on another one of these weekly leaders updates. You know, we're getting closer and closer towards our full renewed launch. There's a lot of things to take place, but very, very confident that that launch is going to be effected as when we've said. It'll be next month, and I'm tipping it's more likely to be by the end of the first half of the month rather than the last half of the month. So we're going to do our best to get everything done right and ready, and it'll be very exciting to get back to work and to be able to make the success of Shoply a tremendous reality. Because right now, you know, the world is really screaming out for opportunity. When we look at entrepreneurs, and especially with the direct selling industry, or really just entrepreneurship in general, there's always a surge in income creation during downturns in the economy. And we're certainly going through that at the moment, you know, with inflation, cost of living, fuel, you know, these costs are skyrocketing out of control. And there are people who can't balance the budget. So that no matter if one or both in the family are working, it's still for many not enough to live comfortably. So we've got a fantastic solution. And I just wanted to cover a few of those real key points, because we need to keep in mind that, number one, our concept is absolutely brilliant. When we started launching this, we knew that we had some magic in the idea. It just had to be executed. Unfortunately, we didn't execute to the degree that we would have wanted, but it ended up being a little bit of a blessing in disguise, because it opened up the doors for that Shopify relationship, being able to partner tech-wise with one of the largest or fastest growing e-commerce giants in the world, you know, a multi-$100 billion company. So we kind of, as I've said many times, we've got lightning in a bottle. We have an incredible proven concept. E-commerce is certainly the future, and we want to provide a platform that connects vendors with entrepreneurs, customers, and affiliates alike. Secondly, is that our improved field structure. We now are merging with Lev AI, another fantastic network marketing company that was based on AI technology. Lev is joining the Shoply family, so two will become one, two genealogies will become one. We're finding a way to be able to do that successfully, which will make Shoply stronger. It'll make Lev stronger as well. Third is simplification. One of the issues that we had before was we had too many options for people to be involved. It was very difficult to kind of identify where you fit in, what lane that you wanted to run in. We've reduced that to just 4 different options. You know, starting from rewards customers, people who just want to shop but to earn a reward in doing so. We know that that part of the marketplace is actually a huge trend in itself. There are billion-dollar companies that provide rewards or cashbacks. So we do have that option. We also have an affiliate program, which is super inexpensive to get in to participate with, but it also has a residual back end to that program. So that's fantastic for people who don't want a team build. They just want to use their digital platform or even just their sphere of influence out in the community to bring people on board where they can buy products through this platform. No fuss, very simple. And if you have people that are repeat buying or buying maybe another product that you haven't even recommended on the Shoply platform, you've got month after month residual income if any of those customers continue to buy well into the future. We also want to have created a team building friendly pay plan. The pay plan will be absolutely different to what we were used to before. It was probably the number one piece of criticism that I heard, in the field. So the pay plan is going to be an industry friendly pay plan, a networker friendly pay plan. It'll give you the opportunity to be able to weaponize it, to be able to go and share how the plan works. If you have someone who likes to build teams, who can bring people together, who wants to create people who want to create a network, having a plan that you can explain easily and understand how to maximize its financial potential, to be able to maximize how you can structure teams, how to link like-minded people together, to create those synergies and help your business grow quicker and more efficiently. Another point was cost. We felt that we wanted to make sure we future-proof Shoply by providing costs that are going to be sustainable over the long term. We don't want to start high cost and then have to reduce that because people are finding it burdensome to be involved. So all of the different joining or subscription costs have been cut by half to three quarters. And we're going to be announcing next week a great innovation with regards to some of the international markets as well, which will be absolutely fantastic. And speaking of international markets, what we're going to hear next week is a little bit more about that international plan. And also, we're hoping to bring on board a new team member that is going to play a major role with international expansion and paint a little bit of a picture as to how this business opportunity can work just as easy, if not even easier, in other countries around the world that are also screaming out for opportunity. When we live in the United States or in Australia or virtually any country for that matter, it is a global playground. You can live in a small town and there may be 50 or 60 different countries represented in the town that you live in that all have family, friends, relatives back home in all different corners of the globe. And so to be able to onboard a vendor in other markets around the world, providing opportunity in those markets. And remember, these are primarily companies and vendors that are marketing products that are manufactured locally, that are shipped locally. That's a big advantage these days with a lot of the shipping and trade and cost of freight, especially post what's happening at the moment in the with world events and the conflict in the Middle East. We also want to look at increasing our subscription offerings. Thanks to Lev AI, we're going to have obviously a fantastic AI offering that people can take advantage, but there'll be other opportunities to be able to add to that. So, think of things like travel and other options where wouldn't it be cool if we could have Shoply Travel and being able to have an opportunity to book travel at cheap, competitive rates simply by being a Shoply member. I think that would be an absolutely fantastic idea. So get excited. We are working very, very hard to bring this to the finish line. We want to make sure that we do a much better job than we've done in the past in honouring those commitments and sticking to timeframes, but also providing an opportunity that you feel proud to take part of and feel at ease to be able to explain and to share with other people. So between myself and Craig, Jorge, and Rachel, and soon to add another great corporate team member to the foursome that you have right now, we're very excited to be able to make sure that Shopply realises its potential. As I've said many times, we have lightning in a bottle. And for me, it's an honour to be your president, helping to make fantastic decisions in taking this business forward. So back over to you, Craig.
Thanks, Lyndon. And yeah, look, if you look at the timing, Lyndon talked about the international model. I sort of look at the three steps that have taken place. Step one, we had our own beta tech, and we proved that there was a lot of interest in that. We probably attracted 10 of the most experienced and successful people in the network marketing industry that really just captured the imagination of those people. And then that model was not necessarily executed perfectly because our tech just didn't work the way that we probably wanted it to work. Then we managed to pull that off. So we have the big idea first, the big idea and the tech second. But at the end of the tech number two, that step, we felt that we weren't getting the interest from all the international markets, and it was like, well, what do? We launched our our Black Friday promo, and we went from tens of enrollments the month before into hundreds of enrollments a month after, and we're going, well, $800 is a barrier for people all around the world. Let's remove that barrier, and that's where the pricing comes in. So as we move into our launch next month, we've gone big idea, big tick, big idea now, tech, big tick, into big idea, tick, tech, tick, and pricing tick. So we're looking forward to executing on this at speed. We believe at the $1 range, there is no barrier of entry for anybody. For brands to come on board now, $1 90-day trial, no barrier of entry. They can try before they buy. We've even reduced the cost of transaction for them, which eventually goes back into the affiliate pocket because we're still going to be pushing for them to commit to the same sort of commitment. But there's more money going into the comp plan by doing that as well. So we really feel like we have pulled the entire jigsaw puzzle together. And at the start, the way I led out to leaders that I spoke to, I said, look, best idea I've ever seen, but it is like dropping a big 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle on, putting a blindfold on, and trying to put it all together, because nobody had ever done this before. Nobody had ever pulled this off before. So my caveat to everyone was, best idea I've ever seen. Biggest question is, can we pull it off? Now I believe with what I just mentioned, with step 1, 2, 3, we can pull it off, and I'm quietly confident that we will, and we will be, after launching, moving into a form of momentum, which will again attract the interest of people all around the world. And this time, every market is localized, because every business in every market is already locally operating in the market. So they've already tested their pricing in the market. They've already registered all their products in the market. They're already operating and making sales in the market. We just want to be a partner with them to help them grow their business more, just to add another marketing avenue for them. So, yeah, I'm super excited about that. And a field leader who's very innovative in regards to business and trends, even prior to the pricing changes, even prior, we were talking late last year about some of the barriers of entry, and Mike Craig, somebody that's seen a lot, and some of the ideas that when we sat down to start this journey in January, we invited Mike to be somebody that was coming from a field perspective to make sure that our ideas would be right. Lyndon and I have pretty much been career field people, so we sort of get the psychology and the dynamics of how all that works. But having somebody of Mike's experience has been really, really important to bounce some ideas off as well, and get some more collaboration from field into I guess, the think tank, or the mastermind. That's why they call it a mastermind. You bring masterminds into the equation. So I just want to invite Mike up to have a few minutes to speak about his thoughts, and then I'll wrap it up after that.
Hey, Craig. How are you, buddy?
Great. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. I appreciate you guys having me. And I think that everybody's watching. I think that, and I would say I have to agree with what everyone's saying is that what an amazing idea. One of the things that keeps us, so on edge about wanting to bring a new idea to the marketplace is if it's something fresh, it's something new, it's something that's never been done before, because you're charting a brand new territory. And if you go back in history and look at any great idea, any great business success, any great entrepreneur, they came mostly from humble beginnings. They had an idea that the majority of the people thought was either great, but you'll never be able to do it, or was great, it was before its time, and they couldn't see the vision. And I think we're at the cusp of somewhere in the middle. We've got, I think, the best idea on the planet, but the majority of the people, like Craig said, I think it's great too. I just don't know if you can pull it off. But you know what? And the reason why I started out from the very beginning was I'm willing to take that ride. I'm willing to take that bet. I'm willing to bet on I'm willing to bet on myself. I'm willing to bet on Craig. I'm willing to bet on Lyndon. I'm willing to bet on Rachel. I'm willing to bet on Jorge. And I'm willing to bet on all of you guys that if we pull together and do something amazing, it's not just a great idea before it's time, or it's not just a great idea, but you'll have that 1% doubt that it won't happen. No, it becomes very clear and crystal that this is a very doable thing, and we have come leaps and bounds from idea to inception to configuration, integration into Shopify, and all the things that we have done are like, you can't plan this kind of stuff. These things happen for a reason, and they're happening for a reason because we're going to be doing much bigger things in the future. And if you have that type of a vision, man, I congratulate you, because I feel the exact same way, and I have been very fortunate in the past. Not that everything I've done was a success, because it hasn't. I can tell you, I've had a couple really big successes, but behind all those big successes were many failures. But you know what? They were great failures. They were great failures because they taught me what it takes. They taught me sometimes just the art of believing in something bigger than yourself will really compel you to do some bigger things that you thought possible. And if you get a group of people that believe in that bigger vision, anything is possible. And now we've got, like I said, the tech aligned. We're working with the biggest giant in the industry. And depending on which country you're from, Shopify is advertising every day. And if you watch anything on TV, you may have seen the latest commercial. They're out there promoting our business, basically. And here's the best part, because not just from an entrepreneur, Shoply entrepreneur perspective, but just from a business perspective, for somebody that has a brand, or is a merchant, and has a product, sales, service, we can go online and we can sell stuff. It's not easy to sell things online. So as a business owner that has a product that I want to get to the marketplace, or I want to expand or scale my product or service to other markets, it takes a ton of money as a business owner to try to push that advertising, push that product forth, with not even knowing that there's going to be reciprocation or there's going to be sales coming in. That's just me throwing money out the window and hoping for the best. And so that's why I love this idea so much, is because everybody that's out there that has a business needs one thing: more people to buy their stuff. They need more customers. And so if we are positioning, which we are, to be the premier acquisition arm, if you will, for anybody that has a business or a storefront on Shopify, which I know for a fact firsthand, I've got a business on Shopify. And as a business owner outside of Shopify even, I can tell you right now, I would gladly pay a percentage of my sale to somebody if they were to take it and run with it and go bring me the person to go buy my product. Then really, so I'm excited for where we are and the anticipation of where we're going. I'm excited about the new direction direction. When I say new direction, you don't have to be a pro in this industry. You don't have to be a pro entrepreneur. You don't have to be you fill in the blank. You could come into this thing. I'm telling you, it's being tooled up. This whole business model is being tooled up. So a brand new person, I don't care what your age is or what your level of knowledge is, what your background is, we're going to set you up to the point where you can do business for a very, very, very low amount of cost, as long as you have a little bit of desire and you're willing to talk to some people, which you're doing right now anyway. We're going to put you in a good position to give you an opportunity to do some great things. So I just know if you're brand new on this and you're just now got started, I'm excited for you, because, man, I'm telling you, take it from me, you can only see so far right now. The vision of this thing is way bigger than you can even imagine. If you've been with us since like with Craig and I, when we got started and believed in the big vision, and maybe you couldn't see it, or maybe even now you're saying, gosh, this looks amazing, man, stick with it. I'm telling you, because the best is yet to come. I'm glad I'm still here. I'm glad that I am patient, right? I'm patient when I know something big is coming, right? I can do that. And I'm asking you to do the same thing, but I'm also asking you to make sure that you leverage what Craig's telling you to do. And he's going to be explaining the business. He did an amazing job on Thursday, giving you guys the kind of the concept and the idea in 25 minutes of what Shoply really is and where we're going to go. Use Craig and use to drive people so they can really understand what it is that we're doing. You don't have to explain it to anybody. Let Craig do that for you. He's a professional. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's got many, many, many years of success under his belt, and he's the best guy to do this. So use him, leverage him. Don't be that, as we say, don't try to be the message. Don't try to be the tool. Just let somebody else do that stuff for you. So I appreciate you having me on, Craig. I'm excited for everything we're getting ready to do, and appreciate you guys for having me.
Thanks, Mike, and great wisdom in there. I think some of the things you said were absolutely spot on, and sometimes good things come to those who wait and are prepared to stick to the course of the journey. If you think about Amazon, Microsoft, many of those, Apple Store, you think of some of those now household brands that we just live and use on a day-to-day basis. They all had a garage story, and the garage story was the founder. And they, in the Amazon one, they started with books and then just evolved 3 or 4 years later, and then they become Amazon. The Apple story, phenomenal again. Like, it started humble beginnings, lots of false starts, lots of changes, CEO leaving, CEO coming back. It was a garage story type of journey. And now Apple is what it is today. We all have a product of theirs, whether it's a watch, an iPhone, an iPad, or a computer, or all of them. Shoply is very much that story. And I used to start sharing the vision of, it will take us 5 to 10 years to be truly, truly international, to be able to get the brands, to localize every market. So the Shopify deal that happened 6 months after we kickstarted basically makes that 5 to 10 year journey a 3 to 4 year journey, because we are piggybacking off their footprint. There's that there has changed the game. Our tech works phenomenally well. It's a 5-minute onboarding process, not a 5-week onboarding process now. Local currency, which was certainly something we would often hear. It's all in US dollars, now local currency. So we have the product and platform. Now it's time to do the work. The $1 is really there to give everyone the opportunity as a first mover to get and line up all their supermarkets all over the world. And just as I'll just recap before winding up, next week we will be talking about a strategy for our international growth. Hopefully have our new corporate partner to come on and talk about that will serve a number of markets around the world, but some innovations for what we're doing there is going to be phenomenal. And the week after, hopefully be lining up a thorough understanding of the revamp of our compensation model. As Lyndon said, we've simplified it. There is a brand partner model or a community partner model. The brand partner model is you're promoting products or bringing brands to the platform. And that's all you're doing. You live in that world. You don't have to build teams. You have your own world. I'm promoting products or bringing brands to the platform with products, or I'm a community partner and I want to promote products, bring brands to the platform, and I want to generate revenue because I want to share this with lots of people around the world. They're the two business models. That the four is the customers and the customer loyalty and rewards program, and the opportunity for the merchant to come to the platform. So we've simplified that. We've dropped all the pricing for everyone to keep all them happy. Now it's up to us to evangelize the message. Again, please invite people to those snapshots this week, Thursday, Friday, and we will ramp those up. May even do some different variations of those as we launch as well. I might do a more a how to use Shoply style opportunity presentation that you could bring people. The high level one for the big thinkers, the visionary, which is probably what I'm doing right now. And we'll continue to evolve. And the hottest word or selling point in the world these days is AI. Now, if I think of any small business opportunity on the planet, in the direct selling industry, the product-based businesses, AI and technology fits with what we're doing better than anything out there. We are a SaaS, we are a tech company. We've already done our arrangement with Lev AI, which we have our first company-based tool effectively. And AI is going to be a major pillar, whether it's a part of the opportunity or not. But imagine AI being able to help run flawless customer service, or AI being able to help with our marketing strategies. That's where the AI piece is going. But we have a platform that could be accelerated, leveraging off the back end of that. So that's what really excites me in 2027 and beyond, at the rate that the AI world is growing. I just think that we position ourselves now, we lay the foundations of all the supermarkets we want around the world, and then we leverage off the back of where tech's going. And Lyndon said, in uncertain times, home businesses thrive. And we're positioning ourselves for that as well. So on that note, unless you have anything else to add, Lyndon, I'll close off the strategy session.
No, that's brilliant, Craig. Great job today, and great job, Mike Craig.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you all very soon. Bye for now.